Okay. All right, here we are at create date number 2. Yay. And I am going to say a quick prayer because then we can start creating and chatting and hanging out. And today, just so we know, is June the 13th. We always try to say where we are and what we're doing. So because God only knows where where the days go. So let me pray us in. Father God, thank you so much for today, and thank you for the gift of creativity and just the gift of being together across the country and being able to just log in and like hang out in our little art room and play around with color and ideas and chat while we're doing it. So Lord, thank you for these women here right now, and then for those that are going to be coming to pop in a few minutes. Lord, we just, we're so grateful. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. So let me show you. You guys hear an echo, or is it okay?
Now I'm going to mute out unless I talk, because I think that'll help with avoiding echoes.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And Lou, do you hear an echo on me or on any? Are we okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So here is what we're going to do today. And you guys kind of get to be a part of my process as I'm walking towards the aisle. So we met with a pastor last night, and we talked about our vows. And we're both going to be writing our own vows. But I was thinking of it in a larger context about really what do we need to vow to ourselves? What do we need to vow to ourselves as just a woman, as an artist? We looked up those artist statements, and those are really cool. That's like who I am out there. But I think, like on my wall behind here, let me grab this one here. At some of the heart art retreats, I have the ladies write on giant Post-it notes, and this was the one from February of this year. And this is not necessarily a vow. This is who I'm claiming I am. I am a creative visionary leader, a lover of people, an artist, a woman living on one day at a time. And I keep this, giant piece of paper. Like, I don't throw anything out hardly, which is a challenge because now I'm trying to throw stuff out. But I was thinking that today, and I actually have some parchment paper that I bought. That's cool. They sell, just so you know, I'm going to always be showing you a bunch of random stuff that if you feel like running down and buying, you can. But if not, they sell these packs of parchment paper. I found it at Hobby Lobby in like the calligraphy kind of a section. And so it was like $20, or not 20, it was like 20 in a pack for like $5 or something. And so I thought, well, I'm going to just try, writing some little vows or coloring on here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. But I thought we could play around with just that as our first prompt for today. And we can use washi. We can use whatever you have is the right thing to use. Whatever you have, whether that's marker pens or, it's fascinating to me. And let me show you 2 books I found yesterday. I used to buy books, it's like we go in these phases where, you buy whatever books you're obsessed over at that moment. I actually went in to buy a book on keto dieting, but I went to the art section first, and I found this awesome book, Red, Yellow, Blue, Color and Art. You girls are going to love this because it basically tells you about each color. So one of you, real quick, pick a color for me.
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Page 20. Yeah, you're blue. You're blue. Okay. So there's a whole, I should probably just take a photo of these couple pages for you, Lou. There's a whole section on cold or warm blue, blue light, the power of blue, why is the sky blue, the most precious color, a blue horse, how can that be? Just beautiful, beautiful pictures and information about what this color means, what it's represented, what's the stories around that color. Like Starry Nights, And anyway, the Mona Lisa. So I found that book yesterday. So be watching for more information on that. I got it for $7.49. So, you know, hallelujah. And then I got this other cool little book called The Artist's Handbook, and this one was $5, but it had somebody else. I love this. It had somebody else's little Post-it notes. You can see those. I mean, I didn't do that, but some other artist was learning how to do watercolor here on these pages. And so there's a whole section in here on watercolor, drawing, and oil painting. And so I'm going to be obviously sharing some of that with you guys as we dive in. But today we just get to play. So you guys all have some supplies in front of you so you can like do something.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm getting them.
Yes, go get them.
They're right here. I'm just.
I'm going to need to go get some different pens that are over in the other room. I'm liking those. Well, I got some Tombow pens. Those are ones that you can blend. That blend. So I need to get those. So let's write something. Okay. When you think of that word vow, what comes to you? Because he asked us that question last night, and it was interesting. So what comes?
When you think of what word? Vow?
The word vow. Yeah. What does that mean to you when you hear the vow, like word vow?
Something you're dedicated to,
committed
to. You're making it's a non-negotiable thing. If you vow to do something, that's like the ultimate, not wavering. I got that mixed media book too.
Oh,
I found it. Hobby Lobby. That one you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, the one that had the different textures in it. Oh, girl. Okay, we can't hear you right now.
Yeah, and thanks for telling me about the 40% because I don't like to get email coupons. So this, you just go right to the website and get it. And yeah, I think you can every day. And I felt like our Hobby Lobby by my house is big, but they said, oh no, ours is small. I'm like, this is small. So I can't even imagine how big yours is. Because everything's big in Texas, right?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's so exciting that you got that because I didn't get it. I've got too many already, you know. But I love that because it has those different texture pages.
Yeah, I figured it'd be fun to kind of play on that. And then I just have the regular one for painting and whatever on drawing and stuff. So this one could be for whatever. I'll try it today. Are we supposed to be doing something right now?
Yeah, so just Yes. So just start playing around with your vows, or you could do a rough draft on a different page. But what do you think you need to vow to yourself? So I just wrote my vow to myself.
Okay.
Kind of free flowing. Who's laughing?
I am.
What are
She's
you
like, like a sword.
Ah. So how are you doing over there, Lou? Have you gotten any more potential clients and gigs?
I have. One is it's an Hawaiian Asian fusion chain restaurant, and then just some of them with their training, kitchen training, culinary training, and then I need to do more stuff though for myself. I need to, I'm kind of very lackadaisical. I'll have to say that. I'll admit it.
About
Not lazy.
promoting your
Just not, I feel no stress, and I probably should, but I don't. But I feel like it's just, I'm like with you, sister. Just, it's like this is a time to take a lot of the things that I used to carry and get rid of them, and I'm not ready to jump back into that. So I'm trying to do here and there. But this has opened my eyes a lot, this art thing. So I'm like, what is it? Maybe I'll do a show. Maybe I'll sell something. I don't know. Both. You do arts, I'll do both.
Yes. Awesome. Well, and I think everybody ends up figuring out what they think. Some people paint butterflies, and some people, it's like that's what you do, or some, do lettering, or
yeah.
And
I thought I would try to do kind of on the butterfly theme, just because my logo and the whole transformation stuff.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I like the more abstract ones. But a butterfly with transformation is so what's the word? So you would naturally think about that. So I kind of veered toward more abstract kind of ones.
Well, I loved the photos you both did yesterday. That was so cool, and just really recognizing that it's right around you. It's everywhere. It's just like, okay, let's just show people what we see.
Just because I'm a planner, when I do have to jump off, if I can't get back on before the hour's up, just decorate the page, or is that what today's deal is?
Yeah, so turn it into whatever you feel. It's always about whatever comes out of you. There's never a right way. And then take a picture.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Just so you guys know, I always am trying these new pens and things. Obviously I've got a addiction going on here. But I bought a pack of these. They're called Faber Castell. Estelle Pitt, P-I-T-T artist pens. And they have them in all different like thicknesses, and the brush pen, and then thick brush, thin brush, little tiny brush. But they are, one of the things I'm liking about them is that they're waterproof. So that means if you do a watercolor on top, or, I mean, what I've been trying
Blend it.
yeah, like put the watercolor over top of it. I used to just use the oil-based Sharpie, which is this, oil-based Sharpie. But these are, so anyway, sometimes we need a pen that's waterproof. That's important.
I have some pencils that I had when I kind of sort of did a little bit of rubber stamping stuff, and you put you can color the stuff in, and then you add a little bit of water, and it kind of spreads it around.
Watercolor.
So I have to find those.
Yeah.
I was trying to get rid of everything, and nobody wanted to buy them or have them, so I still have them, and so I'm thinking, okay, that's good. I'll recycle and reuse.
Yeah. Yes.
Since I have them.
I saw some gouache. How do you say it, Lou? Gouache?
Gouache.
Gouache.
Gouache. Yeah. Gouache. It sounds like wash with a G in front of it. Gouache.
Yes.
The O-U-A makes the wash sound in French.
So is that what you paint with right now?
In watercolors. Watercolors and gouache. And gouache works just like watercolor. It's just that it finishes really matte. You get some. I'm gonna order some and send it to your house. It's hard to find. They don't have it at Hobby Lobby. They used to have it at Hobby Lobby, and it was really expensive. I was like, why?
Did you see my post that I saw some at Barnes & Noble yesterday?
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
It, in a little kind of, at Barnes & Noble, they sell like random little art supplies. And it was like $12.99. And it looked similar to.
Were they the tube ones? They're in the tube?
No, it
That
was
was like that? Oh, really?
that the
That's
right.
awesome.
Wait, show that again. Will you show that again, Diane?
It was similar looking to this, but less colors than this. And it was Barnes & Noble. And so I should have bought it. It was like a starter gouache kit or something.
Oh, girl, you better go back.
Go back, run straight over and get it.
Yeah. Because it's hard to find in the U.S. It's hard to find the ones that are in that palette.
Oh.
And for some reason, I don't know why, but they're usually in the liquid tubes, like the liquid watercolors.
Oh.
And the gouache is usually in the tube, which is a mess because then you're stuck with using it all. You know what I mean? And so then you feel wasteful if you don't. But when they're in the palette, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Oh my gosh. These are the things we don't know.
May have to go to Barnes & Noble today.
Yes.
May have to make an emergency run. Emergency art supply run.
This was the first time I'd ever seen them. I never even understood what the word meant before. Probably had no idea. Probably seen them a million times. But I could swear I'd never seen that word at Hobby Lobby or Michael's in the paint section. So
You'll see it, but they're just the little tubes. And they're usually hidden among the watercolors.
have you ever tried mixing your paint with any of these like template or mixture things? Hold on a second. Like, have you used this like gel or glass beads or anything? Okay.
I'm scared to do that stuff.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't know what good looks like. I like to know what I'm doing first. That's why you're here. To show us.
Michelle, when's the next time you're coming through Dallas, girl?
You know, I transferred to San Francisco, so we only have a limited number of trips. So it would just be an intentional thing, which my hours are less flying being in San Francisco, which is what I want because Delta's not supposed to be, you know, a real big chunk of my life. It's just supposed to be enough to be able to get me to fly wherever I want to go on my own time.
Right.
So I don't have anything at this point, but we can plan something like a run. How's your foot? So can you not run right now with your little bone spur thing? You just have to kind of work on running differently.
Yeah, no, I've been running this last week because what I figured out, I mean, this is not going away, you know, I mean, it's there.
Right.
And, you know, it's like my back hurts, my foot hurts, but I know I understand this. My back hurts less when I'm running. You know, it hurts like because I strengthen up those, I guess, my core muscles or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
And so I just, you know, I've run the last couple days, and then today I walk. You know, I'm trying to do something every day. It's just
me too.
Make sure I wear the right shoes. You know, I've got to have my arch supports and all that. Have you been able to?
Well, when I had my torn ligament, the physical therapist was like God directed and ordained for me because she helped me out so much. And so she said, you know, and I do have a little bit of a bone spur on my heel, and I noticed my heel aches. I didn't know I had it, and I didn't go into the doctor to get anything looked at with that. They just saw it on x-ray. But I am a heel striker. So the physical therapist said, just, you know, learn to strike a little differently. Like, you know, instead of, you know, have my feet on the outside so that I'm hitting out that way and punching off, instead of, you know, like if this is the outside of your foot, instead of down and out like that, try to go on that more of the outside. So it's more supports your ankles too. So I'm just trying to be conscious about that because my left foot I was more in and my right foot was good. So I was like two runners on each foot. So
Well, it's so hard to change our, you know, our kind of natural walking gait or run.
yeah.
Lou, have you been, are you doing any walking or anything?
I am. I bought new tennis shoes this weekend
Good.
because my old ones were MIA, and I was like, that's pretty bad. You know, when you lose your tennis shoes and you lose your Bible, you're off the grid. You're in trouble. You're like, I lost my Bible. And I was like, this is really bad. And of course, I have like 6 Bibles, and now I bet, you know, I don't lose my Bible, but I do lose my tennis shoes. And so I went and bought new tennis shoes. So my husband's like, okay. So we have a nice little path that goes around here. So I'm trying to do it twice a day just to break up the day. And I need to start swimming, but I really dread getting in a swimming pool in front of people, you know, but who cares? They don't know me.
No, they don't. I've been trying to, you know, I've been writing down every, you know, I was thinking I was going to be able to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds or something before the wedding. You know, thankfully the dress fits, so it's no big deal. You know, it's just me with my own drama.
Yeah.
But like, seriously, you start to get, have been writing down everything I eat, you know, counting and calories and exercise. Probably, you know, I need to look back, but at least for 4 weeks, like every morsel. Counting and then getting pissed off, like, really, you know, lose 2 pounds, lose 2, gain 1, you know, like same exact damn thing. And so the last, like my most current, you know, the diet of the week right now is I'm trying that keto, Keto.
Yeah.
And I finally got into ketosis yesterday. Yeah, bad breath, right? Is that what you were saying that for?
No, I've just heard a lot of scary things about it.
Oh, really?
It's hard on your kidneys. It's real hard on your kidneys. But if you're just losing like 10 pounds, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like me, I gotta lose 100 pounds. So if I do that, like I'm gonna do kidney damage. Right?
I've got a solution for both of you.
I'm doing that right now. And exercise, just get back out there.
Yeah, it's exercise and food. Food plays such a key role. You can exercise and exercise and exercise, and if the food's not right, you're not going to get the total result you want, and vice versa. You know, it does require both, but the food is so vital.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had good results with the Isagenix thing, the shake that I take. So
Yeah.
for now,
Oh, good. That's what I was going to suggest for you.
Okay. It's good. I mean, and you know, Karen's
Do you do the cleanse?
I do the cleanse, but I haven't done the 2-day one because that's like brutal. I'm a wimp.
No, you know what?
But I do it one day.
Personally, other people I've talked to say the second day is so much easier.
Really? So, well, I do, and then I'll do that. But it's, you know, the thing is, I have to like not eat bread. Bread is not my friend. Bread, pasta, not my friend.
No.
It's just a genetics thing, I guess.
Yeah, bread's not my friend anyway. Okay, so what do you guys have? Michelle, what time do you have to get on your other call?
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking like 1 minute. I was just going to.
Okay,
That's what I have so far.
Show us your vows. Oh, okay. Read it.
Is it up? It's backwards to you, right?
No, I can read it.
It's backwards. Okay, so I wrote. Oh, you can?
Yeah.
So to remain authentic, keep my commitments. Oh, I have another keep my word down below, which is kind of the same, which I must be really on that bandwagon right now. So, my health and my fitness is top priority, or is a priority. To love myself, live life to the fullest. That's what I have so far.
I love those different colors. Is that purple and pink?
Yeah, those are that's my swag. Oh, that's my dog. Okay, I'm gonna jump off on my call. Nice creating with you guys.
Bye, Michelle.
Hopefully I'll get back on.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
All right.
Let's figure out how to get off of here. Oh, leave meeting down. There we go.
Oh,
that looks beautiful.
I did that.
I love it.
Look at that.
Can you read them?
No, read it out loud for us.
It says, self-care first, surround by good, healthy, beautiful people. Not beautiful like only pretty friends, but like beautiful souls. Learn and grow daily and inspire others to shine.
And what kind of pen were you using? Marker pens?
Yeah, I just use little Sharpies.
Oh.
Yeah, rainbow Sharpies.
What are yours, Diane, before I get off?
Oh, okay. So I have my vow to myself: to be true, to be vulnerable, to ask for help, to start again, to love, beg, to surrender, and then I need to keep going.
Ooh, I need to start again. Ooh, that's good.
All right. Bye, Michelle.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
I know, girl.
Yeah, I don't know what color. I'm overwhelmed by all these colors.
By all your Sharpies?
Color options. There's too many. Oh, it's fabulous. Have you seen these pens? Okay, these are these Japanese pens called Faxion.
Oh, yes.
They erase.
I have some.
Oh, they're fabulous. Yeah.
In the marker or in the pen?
Word to the wise. They're a pen. They're an ink pen. If you write them in a little journal, you know, and you have this wonderful page full of like notes and all these wonderful things, if you leave your book in your car in the hot Texas sun and you open your book, the whole thing is gone. The page is erased. It just disappears. I wrote a speech last fall in them for one of my trips that I went on. And where was it? Where did I go? Peru. And I got there ready to just practice my little speech. And I'm like, I wrote it in this book. And I start looking at it. And I started looking at the page in the sunlight. You can see the groove marks on the page, but everything is gone. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to recreate that? So luckily I just held it up to the light and like re-scribed it. So just note to self, do not leave it in the sun.
My gosh. Wild. Yeah, I have some of those in like the ballpoint pen, and then they also have them in like a erasable marker. Yeah, who knew, right?
Very cool.
And have you seen these? Now these just trip me out. They look like those just regular pencils, but like every single one of these, like like this writes with green pencil.
Oh,
with orange.
And you can erase it.
Yeah, and they're just
better than these.
Yeah, they're Papermate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my. And then they sell these little refills for them.
Fabulous.
I have some colored pencils, but I've never really focused on learning to like drawing, I guess, or the blending. Have you done any of that?
No, not since like high school.
Yeah.
So there's this art studio in Dallas that I don't have her book here. It's my friend's daughter. She wrote a book on how to draw flowers. Where is it? Let me hold it up. It's right here.
Oh, wow.
How to Draw Modern Flowers, and it's by Ali Koch or Cook. And she teaches you, let me show you. She teaches you like step by step how to start.
Wow.
This is a dahlia. And then you always have a practice page.
Oh my gosh.
And so she teaches you kind of which way to go. So it's a really cool book. And so that kind of got me like, and that's with just those markers, or the tombos or whatever they're called. But it kind of got me not scared. You know what I mean? Before I was scared because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But then I was like, okay. And she teaches you all the little curves and the lines. So she has a class for $99 in June. But I think it's too close to your wedding date. But maybe after, when she does another one, we could do a field trip.
Oh, wow. Have you ever used okay, because I'm looking in this artist's handbook thing. Is that how you drew
the poppies?
Yes.
Yeah, I just kept practicing and tried on note paper until I finally was like, okay, and then filled in with color and watercolor.
Oh. Have you used, okay, so there's so many cool things in here, but have you ever done anything with charcoal?
Yes, years ago. I loved to work with charcoal. And just because it could fade and you use your fingers and you just kind of, I like to use my hands, not tools necessarily.
Like, have you done anything with pastel?
Yeah. Yeah. And I like charcoals more because the pastels they can get hard and some people are really good at it, but it kind of gets waxy, but some people are just amazing at it.
Yeah, like I have some of those that I bought like 5 years ago, and I did one thing with them, and then I was like, I don't even understand. Like, it's like chalk, right? It's kind of.
Yeah, but it's like a really oily, greasy chalk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the charcoals are like chalk, but the pastels are like waxy, greasy colors, greasy crayons.
Look at this, like these elephants and things.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whew, so much. Broken color. Oh, I like that.
So I found this the other day. Let me show you. So this is David Hockney. Do you know who that is? He's an artist, famous artist. And I was at the Jewel Hotel. I took Dawn there. Remember Dawn? Do you know Dawn Stevenson? Yeah. So we went down there because she was looking for a fancy hotel. I said, you got to go check out Jewel while you're in town. So we went for lunch, and I introduced her to my friend, that's the sales lady. And they have a Taschen bookstore in it, which, there's great big art books and stuff. And it's like a whole library of Taschen books. So anyway, I went in there and I started looking, and I found this David Hockney kind of just retrospective of his art. And anyway, you can kind of see how he did planets. But he drew like a lot of cartoons and stuff. But anyway.
So what do you feel like you want to, like what kind of art is really, you feel like you want to like dive in?
Me, I really want to just kind of really work with watercolors more, just because before I thought they were so light and not impressive to me. I felt like I never looked at water because oils are so bright and so deep, and so, you know what I mean? Like they're so impressive and strong. And it's only been in these last few days that I really found boldness in watercolor. So I think it's funny. So and it's flexible. It's really flexible.
Yeah.
Where when you start doing acrylics and oils, like you're stuck if you make that move. But with watercolor, you can really morph it into something else, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I would like to learn how to do like you were saying, like the mixes and stuff. Like, what do those do? What happens if you water it up or blend it with some other texture thing? What does that do? So I have a lot of watercolors right now and a lot of gouache. So, but the question is, they always come in these little things, and I'm like, I want a roller and just. I do. I just want to do something huge. I want a huge canvas. I have nowhere to put one, so I can't buy a huge canvas.
Well, it's too bad you don't live close. I would have you come over and we could like just do. I've got all these big ones I need to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, because
we could have a play date. I could drive over one day. We'll do a play date.
Yeah. Art. And I mean, because this is how. Yeah, like
oh my gosh.
All of my acrylic.
Holy cow.
Because I mean, I didn't know anything other than acrylic for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And I mean,
is that what you did all the hearts in? You did all the hearts. Okay.
Yeah, like all along, I've always been using mostly big, canvas.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from the 12 by 12 to the 6 by 6. Mm-hmm. But what I'm realizing is I've run out of room. I mean,
that's why you need your little gallery thing going in Main Street. That's exciting. August.
Yeah. So I mean, I basically need to paint some bigger ones because they want like giant ones like this size.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I only have a few and they basically said they needed like 12 to 18 big ones.
Okay. Wow.
In the foyer of that Lancaster old-fashioned hotel, the movie theater. But I need to confirm that I still have that. And then I bought some other canvas because I've been trying to buy the bigger ones. Excuse my butt, but like they had these thicker ones, the level 2 and level 3 on sale for 50% off. And so I got these yesterday because like we had that one idea of I'm going to do like 4. I'm going to kind of put these all together kind of at first, but then make something that kind of can be separate, with all 4 cubes. It'll make it bigger. I don't know. I just need to just get the paint out, get the paint and the roller.
I was going to show you some inspiration that I got off a website of all places. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, did I save it? Let me go see. Camera roll. Huh. Maybe I moved it off. I'll have to send it. Yeah, I moved everything off. But they were really cool where they took on canvas, I want to say it was oil, and then they would drop the water in and it would sort of do this, swirly thing. They did them with certain solid colors, which was, to me, it's like kind of when I play with something like that. But I saw where they had 3, it was a triptych, and they could all go straight together and fit, or you could spread them out, and so that's what that made me think of. It was a coral. It looked like a coral reef, but it was blue, and so kind of cool stuff.
Yay! So, like, I can see there's a bunch of boats. So, is your thing boats, you think?
Well, it's not really, but it sort of is. I guess because of the water, I just love water. I love blue. Yeah. And I wasn't really like this. I mean, if people ask you, they would say, like, I like aqua blue and turquoise and stuff like that, which I do. But when it comes to paints, like, I just am drawn to art that has blue, like that Mediterranean blue going.
Like, because what's that thing behind you on the wall mantle right there?
Oh, this is my, I can't take it all the way over here. I can't. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. It's a sea. It's a seascape. Okay, got that. When we bought our house, we were so poor. We put all our money into our house, and we had nothing. And so we went to the Goodwill, and I got that painting for $5 whole. And that is like, it is. And my friend comes over, and she was with me when she found it. She's like, I love it. I said, well, I think it'll go over the fireplace. And we got it in our house, and it was like, it fit everything else. And I just laughed because I'm like, oh, it's the $5 painting. We should come up with a good story about it. But yeah.
Do you have any of your art hanging out anywhere?
Do what?
Do you have any of your art in your house?
No, not yet. No. I should. I will. Once I started making these little pictures, these little, things like that, I'll put them up, but I haven't framed them yet. A friend of mine, so I guess it was 2 years ago, I heard a guy, you need to find him. His name is Doug Shaw, and he's in London, and he's got I want to say the company's called The Art of Innovation, or something like that. And he's like, he worked in HR, corporate, Europe forever, and just started painting as sort of this release, of more. And now he's started his own company. He's got 3 people in the company, and they go around to corporations and talk about creativity and all that. So he does this thing called, and he was on the news. He makes these little paintings like this size, but then he frames them. He puts them in little frames, and he leaves them in the city somewhere. It's all a pedestrian society, right? And so, he'll leave it like in a park, nestled in a tree. And it starts to be this sort of like once a week, there would be free art somewhere in his little neighborhood.
Love that.
Yeah. And so he has really good, and he does really simple little designs, very simple little, and he carries this little tiny palette with him and paints these little pictures. And so, anyway, I just think he's a cool guy, a little bombastic, but he's like us. He wants to change the way people live and work, So
that's cool.
So the way he does that, I'm like, what does that look like? Not that I want to do what he does, but something, that same spirit,
Yeah. Well, that just my computer's about to die, so I need to walk in.
Okay.
But I do these little, like sometimes recently at AA or wherever I'm sitting, I'll just be, I'll paint or draw a little saying or something. And then I've put up one at Starbucks, and then sometimes I'll just leave them, it's just like trust the process or, whatever, some little thing. And, but what a great idea, what you just said about kind of being more intentional about that. Sorry if you're getting busy.
Yeah, I know. And just giving it to someone or just leaving it there for someone in a coffee shop,
Yeah, I did that
And
with one of them. Okay, hold on.
I'm going to go grab the one he gave me.
Yeah, do it.
I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh, yes. So
it's just a little pen and ink,
Can you take a photo of that and put it in our group?
Yeah.
I bought some, let me show you these ones I got from this lady. I was at this AA conference, and this lady had done something like that, basically some little calligraphy thing with like a little sign on it. And then she just put them in these little pouches with her little info on the back. She's a member, this is cool, of the Texas Calligraphy, or like Dallas Calligraphy Association or something like that, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And look at this little card that she did.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I was like, I bought some of these to support her, but also just to kind of see her style and get an idea of how I can market my stuff more as little cards.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he did, the way I met him is he came and spoke at this summer brain camp that we used to have. We don't have it anymore, but, and he was teaching a session on creativity at, in the workplace. And he had us all at these round tables, and he was just saying, if you had to, kind of what you're saying, paint your feelings. And of course, everyone, it's all corporate people, and they're like, what, like, paint your story. What would you paint? What would be your story? Paint your story. And really it, and then, it froze people up. And then what they said was paint what, or draw what, is the most important thing to you in your career. And so I drew this here. And I drew this, and then he said, I don't know if you can see it. He mailed it back to me. He said, put your address on the back. He said, draw it, don't show it to me, put your name on the back, and mail it to me, and give it to me. So he collected these all, and then he took them all back to London, and then he mailed them to us at some random time. So here's what I made. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my God.
So it's basically all these people, all these little shapes, colors, picking up the sun, like to make it shine. Is that crazy? And so I said one day I'll probably turn that into something. Like I'll paint something, but that was it. So funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And it shaped me. Like that was 2 years ago, and it was like, it shaped me, And I don't know if anyone else got affected by it, but I sure did. It was worth the trip for me.
Yeah, and that's a different guy than the one that you just showed me.
No, same guy. That's my drawing. He's the one that he facilitated the workshop,
Oh, yeah.
And then
what's his name?
And Doug Shaw.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over and looking up his website when we hang out.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. So.
Oh, girl. So I guess, I mean, must be a market for that, for like creativity consulting or something.
I think so. I think it's like, when I was talking to the guys at the church this past week, we were talking about connection and like having teams connected. And even if you just had, creativity and innovation as a, opening your mind, because we get stuck in our ruts, you know what I mean? And so the creative action alone opens up your mind. And it's really in doing that creativity, you've opened this other side of your head. And then later when you go back to face whatever that problem is, or even in the midst of the creative process, you will find the solution. So Steve Jobs talks about that. He talks about associations, and so that's why it's good to get out and go walk, or it's good to go start painting or drawing, because it's in the act of creating associations and playing with other things that you come up with solutions. So he talks about how he came up with the iPod. So you remember the iPod, and you twisted it, and like first time I saw it, I'm like, what do you do? Like you're like pushing buttons, And what he did was he'd been playing with a combination lock. And it was really, you're playing with that combination lock and twiddling with that while he was thinking, he actually came up with that design. So there's a really good book called The Innovator's DNA, and it's from Clay Christensen, he's a Harvard professor, and he talks about that creative process and the innovation process that people need. So when you think about like corporate America, they desperately need a creative outlet because they're so focused in on process that they've actually bound their creativity.
Right.
And so if you went into an organization and taught a creative class, it's not just for fun, but you'd have to weave in this message of, okay, yeah, this is, fun. We're learning this. Here's what this style does. But then you turn it back to something about job related or organizational innovation. It's good. And that's what that guy does. That's what Doug does. So.
Wow, girl. You've given me a wealth of information. What time is it? All right, girl. Well, we did some creating. We wrote some vows, and we will gather. Yeah. But yeah, post that photo because I think that's really interesting in the group, and I'll get this downloaded and uploaded. So let me say a prayer, and I will talk to you later. Okay, let me pray. Father God, thank you for ideas, and thank you for Lou and Michelle and myself to gather here today and just play and write some vows and really help us to really pay attention to what we need to vow to ourselves and how we can really support our own creative process and give ourselves space and room and just the idea generation to allow that. And Lord, thank you for this group of women that really are embracing that over the whole summer, to see art, to see themselves as an art in the process, and let the colors emerge and the tools change. And Lord, I can't wait to see what we try next, whether that's charcoal or acrylic or oil. I don't know. Oil scares me. I've used it once. But Lord, thank you for just a gift of trying new things. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Bye, sister.
All right, girl.
I'm going to Barnes and Noble to buy some gouache.
Okay.
I hope they have it.
I will too.
Okay. All right. See you later.